Okay, well, hi, Jen. Thank you so much. I want to thank you first off for meeting me today and kindly agreeing to share your experience with emotional wellness and spinal flow technique healing sessions. Thank you very much. This is Jen, and my name, of course, is Michele Birch. And so I wanted to go ahead and check and see, Jen, if you could tell me a little bit about what brought you to emotional wellness and why you were interested in trying spinal flow technique.
Yeah, I just came in curious about the new method. I had seen a couple of videos online and just struck me as very interesting. And I'm pretty open to trying all the new methods and believe in a lot of energy work. And so that was the why. And then I just had some emotional and physical uh, things that were still lingering and wanted to give it a go.
Okay, that's great. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. And I wanted to go ahead and check with you. How comfortable and safe did you feel during the session?
Completely comfortable and safe. Yeah, from the moment I walked in, you were very welcoming and explained everything and patient, and um, yeah, it just made me feel at home. And it was a really warm environment and very homey. So
Well, thank you. I do try to make things at least comfortable for people. I want to make sure the comfort level is being met, obviously. So I appreciate that being the circumstances. And so you obviously actually answered it. I kind of answered this one as well. Did you see that you said that you thought the environment was calm and relaxing as well?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah, the feel, the smells, the nice lighting, all those little things that make a difference. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. And how did your experience with emotional wellness and the spinal flow technique compare to other types of treatments that you've tried in the past?
Right. Yeah, it was when I think I've mentioned it's been easier to approach just because you are just surrendering and allowing it to happen. So there's really no thinking involved, no analyzing, nothing like that. You are just there, you're just letting it be. And I mean, maybe for some people the hardest part is to just relax, but I mean, you're physically just like laying down. And so you really just can't screw that up.
Nope, your body takes over as long as you allow it and just get out of your mind and pay attention to what your body's telling you, right?
Yep, exactly.
All right. And can you describe to me any specific changes that you noticed since your sessions, like any positive changes, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual?
Yeah, I think a lot of little things here and there, and definitely I'm more in tune with how my body is holding emotion and or pain. I guess it's all in the same thing, and just bringing awareness to that. That's probably the biggest one for sure.
Yeah. And so, what specific aspects, excuse me, I can talk, I promise,
Yeah, right.
aspects did you find of the session, did you find that were most beneficial for you personally?
I I still love just the actual treatment part of feeling my body respond, or at least thinking it was responding, even though you couldn't see, but I could just feel all those different sensations in and out. And so that was the big part of connecting you with your body, and things you may just not notice before, definitely notice then, whether it was warm or tingles or just whatever. There's a bunch of different sensations,
All
heaviness.
depends on the day, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was definitely my favorite part. That was just made the most profound difference.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
And then, have you noticed any long-lasting effects since your sessions, such as improvement of sleep, reduction of stress, overall greater emotional well-being, some things like that? I know there was a questionnaire that I had you fill out after the 12 sessions so that you were able to, kind of determine where you stood on, happiness levels, stress levels, all those types of things. Could you share some of that?
Yeah, I do think overall everything's improved. I definitely can move through emotions quicker, accepting them and then just not letting them fester too much, and just having an overall general better outlook on whatever is thrown my way. And then I feel lighter and looser just in the hips, which was a big part of why I came in as well, low back, hip area. And so those are probably the two main areas that have lasted for me.
That's awesome. Would you say that your overall attitude and happiness were there as well?
Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic. And that pain that you were referring to, you said that's gone now. That was in your hip area or your your hip
Yeah.
pelvis.
It all feels lighter and looser.
Perfect. And I know when you first started coming in, your breathing wasn't quite as deep as it could be, but by the end of that 12th session, your breath had like really increased, and you were more aware of your breath and getting deeper breath throughout the day. Is that still working for you as well?
It is. Yes. Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. And the other thing, if I'm recalling correctly, without actually looking up your chart, is the fact of your posture had made a pretty good difference, and you were really aware of your spine when it was, even when you were at peace without any pain in it, you were aware of your posture and your spine, like how you were holding your body. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that. That's always a plus for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Oh, said absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. We just don't pay attention to our bodies. I know I didn't either until after I'd really had quite a few spinal flow sessions. And then I was really aware every time I sat down, I was sitting down. If I was sitting in a wrong way that was going to end up causing me problems, I was very well aware of it very quickly. So that's always a plus. Less injuries that we cause ourselves then.
Yeah.
So, and then would you recommend the spinal flow technique to others? And if so, why or why not?
Yeah, definitely. Just like I mentioned before, just the ease of the whole process. I mean, you're really not having to think about it at all, and anybody can do it then. I mean, the physical issues don't really matter. I don't see how that would make a difference either, since there's no physicality involved. And again, I mean, everybody can just lie down and kind of pretend to take a nap or something. So there's no stress involved in like working yourself up to do it. You just go and enjoy the process. So definitely.
Matter of fact, you're letting go of the stress. So,
Yep.
and as you were saying, really anybody can do it. I mean, it's something. This is the only modality that I know of that you literally, from the time a child is born at birth, moments after they come out of the birth canal, all the way to someone being unfortunately, on their last breath and ready to move on, they're actually able to do spinal flow. And as you were saying, it's not something that actually is hindering even if someone's in a wheelchair or can't actually get up onto the table. There are still some ways to be able to work with them. I actually just worked with a gentleman in the hospital the other day that he actually had gone in for some surgeries and then had some other complications from the surgeries. And so he asked me to come visit him. And it was really remarkable to see how much difference it made for him. And he was able to actually get some rest in the hospital, which is huge.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do, that's for sure. So what would you say to someone who's considering to try the spinal flow technique?
I feel like I'm on repeat, but essentially, kind of the same thing with that. There's just no reason to not try it. I mean, you're going to spend the same amount of time, which is an hour, whether it's massage or therapy. So the time investment is the same, and financially, it's the same. And you're just, again, like you're just doing less. So it just makes sense overall. You're not really like sacrificing anything to do it. So there's really just no excuse.
Gotcha. I totally understand. I agree with you completely. And the biggest thing is that, you're not having somebody force your body into a position or manipulating it for it to feel better. Your own body's doing what it needs to feel better. And as you have the 21 days of self-healing as well, since you bought one of the packages with us, you're able to actually continue some of that at home and help keep down those stress levels too. So.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Oh, and just FYI, I'm not sure if you got the notification or not, but there is the trauma-informed yoga, slow flow yoga that's in there now. Multiple episodes in there for you to be able to use for some exercises. There's some stretching exercises in particular that are in there as well. Some breath exercises and also some meditations. And hopefully I'll be getting some qigong in there before long, but
Ooh.
it's not yet, but hopefully soon. So
That-
yeah, I really want to try to give availability to, the individuals who work with either the packages or with the memberships to have extra added benefits that they can use at home that'll help them.
Absolutely. That's cool.
Yeah. And I already know the answer to this, but just so our audience or whoever's listening here today will know as well, are you willing to return for future sessions?
Absolutely. Of course.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you taking some time to share with us today, Jen, and your story. And it's been very inspiring to hear about your experiences with Spinal Flow Technique. And I'm excited to have you come back in. And after I get back from Mexico, that is, since I'm literally leaving tomorrow. But once I get back, I would love to see you again to be able to help keep you moving along and help you get through all the little humps where you're at. So
Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much. And so any of you that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just said thank you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah. And so any of you that haven't been to my website or know anything about it, you can always go to E-Motion Wellness. And that is Emotion Wellness stands for Energy in Motion. And it's Emotion Wellness is where energy meets healing. So feel free to join us and try us out. I'd love to have you and love to help you on your healing journey as well. Thanks again, Jen.
Bye.